compete with everybody in a dancehall. Because me want to be the greatest to ever live in the history of dancehall and reggae. And in order to be the best, you have to prove yourself, say you're best. Me, I go against everybody in a dancehall. Tell them, say, don't call my name, you know. Come here, nobody and no friend.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a real special guest in the building. Listen, this man's breakout year was 2021. He has a new EP that's bunning up the road right now called Silhouette. You know we have in the building today, we have Silk Boss in the building today. What's going on, Big Boss?
Yeah, man, Father Muscle, man, I want code and we juggle it, though.
You know that?
Yeah, man.
How's the city treating you? Because I know you're a favorite. You've been to the city multiple times.
Yeah. City I treat me good right now. I'm all over from Toronto to Leamington to Brentford. The final show would be on the 27th in Windsor. Yeah, so I'm getting a good feedback for sure. People love me here.
You're doing the groundwork. We know, as I said, this is probably your third or fourth time up here now. Fifth.
Yeah.
You see, yeah, it has to be love.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. I know originally you're Mobile.
Yeah, Mobile.
What part of Mobile?
Tucker Erin.
Yeah.
A small community called Riverside Drive.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I grew up there. That's where I go to school as well. I went to Irwin High School. Mm. Yeah. Irwin Primary School. From there, I was doing the music from a younger tenant that age, you know. He grew up and still decided to pursue music because that's what I love.
For sure, because I know you were even in the choir. You did a lot of choir too.
Yeah. I got vocal training from age 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah, up until 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah. Church choir, school choir. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's where my vocals came from.
And I know you also like writing. You're a poet also.
Yeah, I love writing. Mm-hmm. When I write, it helped me to structure my music more profoundly, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you start writing before music, or when you really got into music is when you started to write?
Actually, I was writing songs from my first official song that I write. I'm going to say, I'm going to take up this as a career. Mm-hmm. It was Who For War Me, produced by Shabira Entertainment. Mm-hmm. You understand? That was long before I get the break as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, then push out a couple of singles with me CMA too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And around what year was that there?
That was like 2018, 2017. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2016, those brackets.
Okay, so you've been putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's almost like 8, 9, 10 years now, you know, boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been so even, coming up now, you're singing in the choir, grew up and everything. Do you want to do anything else before music, like probably like a pilot or a police or something before music?
No, I was academically active in school. Like I was playing football. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was the fastest boy in school at one point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm very academically active when it comes to track and field, football, basketball. So I'm very good in all those. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't love to do it. I love to do music. So I just stick to what my love is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Where my love is.
It's the music.
Yeah, it's the music.
Yeah.
I love music. Mm-hmm. I don't think I should do another career besides music because I don't love them like how I love music.
Yeah. What is it about music? Because you said you're good with sports, you could play all type of sports, but it's really the musical. What is it about music?
I'm more of a person who likes to interact. You understand, with my fans and with people. I am that joyful person. Mm-hmm. Music helps me to interact with people. Mm-hmm. Not only their mind, but with their soul, their feelings, their inner self. When you listen to a Silk Boss, you make you want to cry, as in all of the things that you have embodied inside of you for the past years. When I listen to a Silk Boss, I have to release that. Mm-hmm. Because me I touch some key points in the song, and when you listen to it, you have to just release and let go.
When did you know those type of pain, type of emotional songs really started to work? Because your first set of songs them weren't that type of music, you know. It was eventually you started to put out that type of music.
It's like I've been getting hurt. Yeah. I mean, I grew up, I get hurt. You understand, from family, friends, girl. You understand? So I've been hurt. So I know what hurt feels like. I know what suffering feel like. I know what to not have something feel like and wanting to get it. I know what to be alone feels like with no one to talk to. So I write my music based off my life experiences, things that I go through, things that I see taking place every day in everyday's living. And that helps me to interact more with people's souls and their inner self.
So you write your feelings down, and it's people that have the same feelings are going through the same thing. They get to connect same way.
I don't write my feelings down, but I do have a switch that I can use to turn off and turn on how I feel. So, for instance, I hear a sad rhythm. And when I hear the sad rhythm, I can automatically flick that switch, and all of my pain when I did have embodied from years ago is like it reopened. And I can be able to use that feeling for the music. So it's an ability when I get from the Almighty. If I tap into my old self, it's like I tap into a psychic side of me, of my past. Yeah.
No, man, you could see, when you listen to your songs, you could tell that clearly your meds are deep, but even speaking to you, you could see they're even deeper. You understand?
Yeah. I meant a lot, and I overthink a lot too. So that's where my music comes from, overthinking. Yeah, and I read a lot too.
Okay.
Yeah, things that regular people don't read. You understand? So I got my understanding a different way. And remember, I've been through trials and tribulations in my upbringing. So the physical trauma along with the emotional trauma helped to build me into this person now that you see.
When did you realize you could actually use that type of trauma, what you've been through, and put it in a song, and it's actually working?
The first time I actually realized that was when I wrote Mankind and Life Story. That was like an incident between me and my cousin. Well, we did a run joke, because I have more than one cousin who can do music like me.
Okay.
The whole of them I run joke, but in my family, I was like the less fortunate one. I was the black sheep. So when my time come to sing, one of my cousin look for me and said to me, say, boy, tap your nice. Every day you get up and make nice I place. And I say, iron balloon, you know, go bust. And I literally cry. I cry, yeah, water, bro. And I left down a Chantel shop. And I go up at Tevin and go sit down, because my brother always up there so we play a game. See? And I up there so I go. And I sit down and I cry. Enough people did not know that, you know Lily Baby, right?
Yeah, man.
You know Close Friends. We started off as close friends.
Yes.
Life Story and Mankind was written on that rhythm. Yeah. So that was the rhythm I used to write 2 songs. And then when I got the break with Mankind, I rebuilt that rhythm to do Life Story Part 1. Yeah.
Because that's why you're rapping in Life Story.
Yeah.
I seen your thing there, because you see your talent boss is a different level. You sing, you DJ, you sing J, and you rap.
And I do R&B too. Yeah. Because the Silhouette EP is more like a R&B than a dancehall.
We're so rich here. Listen, the 8-track EP, we soon get there. You understand? Listen, we soon reach there. All right, so you said you got your break. It was really Mankind that gave you your break. I know it was Mankind, Surgery, and Life Story were the 3, like, basically back to back.
It was Mankind, Life Story, Glock 17 and Brii, then Trust. And then, like, couple months after Trust, when I came from England, I did Surgery.
Surgery. Okay, I thought Surgery was one of the earlier ones that came out.
No, Surgery came out like a year after I got the break as a dancehall artist. Surgery came out 2022.
Okay, so then that was early in the year, then 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mankind, you said, cause it made you feel away, so you wrote a song, Life Story, back to back. So even those songs, do you know where you're going to record them, or you just wrote them because that's how you felt at that time, or you had somewhere to record them?
Well, it's in my team. Then I make no chance pass, So once them realize I'm in a state of mind, them say DJ, but I get down in yourself, find a song. So all if me never want to do it at the time because me in a down spirit, the team when me have go force me to do it. DJ, there's a vent, bro. See, you like inspiration there's a vent before you go in a mood. I want to go on. Go and run this, man. And them turn on the rhythm and them play the rhythm all when me don't want to hear it. Them a play the rhythm till eventually me have to just listen to it. You understand? So my team have a lot to do with it. Yeah, them force me out of my comfort zone a lot of time. So, yeah.
That time, who was your team at that time? I know you switched teams about 2 or 3 times. At that time there, who was the team?
At that time, it was me and my baby mama alone. Yeah, we started a record label called Ice Queen Records. And we went from there to produce my biggest single in my catalog, which is Sorry.
We know.
Yeah.
So then, but wasn't Terro Don before that then?
Yeah, it was Terro before that, but a lot of shit happened between me and Terro, so we'd have to separate and just go on my own journey after that.
Yeah, because I know he was instrumental in the very early part where we're hearing those first set of songs. Yeah.
He does have a creative mind as well. You understand? But in creativity, differently from the drama between me and him, I don't see another vlog up on the internet who have the creative mind that Terro have. You understand? Yeah.
For sure. How did you guys even link in the first place? Because remember, he's a vlogger. How would a vlogger and an artist link as a producer and artist?
Oh, it's like when, remember, Mankind and Life Story and Gateway. Remember those songs go viral off a freestyle,
It was a freestyle first, and then those songs started to roll out.
Yeah, so when he saw the freestyles, he reached out to me. You understand? I mean, based off of the 100 and odd producer will link me. I never really know none of them, but I always watch Terro Don vlogs, so I know Terro Don. I know say, yo, him have a fan base where him can use to help market me out there. So that was one of the reasons why me and him connect. The video where him see, him reach out to me and him just connect from there.
You guys created magic at that time. There.
Yeah, I create a lot of magic, man.
Yeah. No, man, because you see, remember 2020 is when a lot of artists were busting them time. 2020, 2021, 2022. So you got your break in the 2021 when it was enough artists. So you had to be good those times to stand up, Yeah.
But at that time though, wouldn't you say I was the artist that was leading that generation? Because remember when I got the break 2021, I got the break with like 4 hits behind one another, while the other artists have 1 hit and 2. I have 5 literally. So wouldn't you say in that time period I was the man? Yeah, I was the man in that time period. I'm still the man now.
Yeah. You have an interesting life and career, boss.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like, it seems like you're one of those artists, when something wrong or bad is happening in your life, you take that energy there and put it in a song, and the song just takes off.
Yeah, because one thing I know, Terro showed me a lot of things, and the most important thing what Terro showed me was how to manipulate the internet. The internet are idiot, You understand?
Explain.
The internet think we want them to think. So all if you're there, so you have a red car, once you post your red car and say it's a blue car I have now, and where you post them I go work with, all if the car red and them know say it red, and where you say them I go post, yo, it's a blue car, this,
Yeah.
That is the internet. They just want to hear one thing that sound catchy or sound like it have like a controversy night and everyone start run with it. Look at what they. When I come to Canada, I come look for my son and I see it becomes a big old controversy on the internet right now. I never call nobody name or disrespect nobody. I just go look for my little boy. You understand? So that is the media. They think based off emotions and what they are seeing. So if you like to see and think based off of what you're seeing and what you're hearing, okay, let's give you things to see. Let's give you things to hear then.
Yeah.
Because remember, the only way you guys can run with it if it's I put it out there.
Well, if you put it out, somebody put it out, or something has to be associated with you somehow.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I said 2021, amazing year for you. You see, 2022 now was almost like the year that if you weren't strong, that year would have broke you. Because so many things back to back to back to back
I never break.
was happening. No, but then that's what I'm saying. If you weren't strong,
Yeah.
you see, that year would have broke you, as you said. That was what you and Terro Don, the Woolly thing.
Golf incident.
Yes,
Baby mother jam up on the internet. My mother and my sister, them are toe up on the internet. Yeah, man, everybody just a come after Silk, my whole family plus the music industry. But what I knew is constructive criticism is part of being a great artist. And if I want to be even bigger than Bob Marley, I have to know how to deal with constructive criticism and what to say and how I articulate myself towards my fans. Yeah.
Because this is where your biggest song right now in your catalog, Sorry, came out of the whole of the 2022 vibes.
Yeah.
You understand? How do you go inside of your brain and really articulate that into a song and even the visuals to move it into?
Okay. Let me give you a secret that I didn't tell anybody. Sorry wrote like 5 months before the Gulf incident. Because I actually had a dream. You understand? And after I had the dream the night, I get up in the morning and me and my mother have an argument. Seeing? And I say some horrible shit to her because I did upset. And my mother said to me, say, the fall we left the cub always find back roots. Same so my mother say. The fall we left the cub always I go find back roots. So if me not come back at Mobile, Father God I go make something happen to me. That's me come back at Mobile. Couple months after that, at the Gulf incident. You understand? And I did done write this song already. But when the incident go happen, you see the emotion when I did need to make the song hit, and that's how it come out. Because all of the rage and the pain just pile up in me and it just overflow and I don't know what to do with it. You understand? So, I already did have the words and the studio. But the emotions and the right feeling what if we go behind the words of the song, I never have it. The Gulf incident is what gave me that feeling.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. You see, your audience, your fans, dancehall people, they really check for you and love you, boss. I'll tell you, you see that whole Gulf incident, your video and everything that everybody's seen, that would have, enough people would have rolled off enough artists after watching that. The fact that you came back even stronger after the fact, boss, amazing. The people that love you, boss.
No, man. Yeah, bless up, man. Worldwide fans, Canada, all about Jamaica, every Caribbean, every overseas country. I want still, man, do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They really love you. They're always rooting for you. Because even if you read your comments, they say you're underrated, but they say, listen, once you get the right team around you, yeah, God. Because you see your talent, boss.
It's unmatched.
Bro, listen, let me finish my statement. Listen, you see your talent is a generational talent. Where I say what you do, boss, it's next level. I seen a song that you pinned on the first video on your Instagram right now, the one that you pinned when you're on the balcony.
Love felt wrong.
Boss. and you're singing and rapping. To tell you the God's honest truth, boss, I didn't even know that was your first. I don't know, God. Wow, this is silk. You can do that, boss?
Yeah. Yeah. Years and years of vocal training. And I have this thing where I can adapt. So I can hear an artist flow and do it better than him. Yeah, so majority of the artists don't like to come on themselves because I will be here. I can listen to you, sing all day and flow all day. And tomorrow morning you hear a silk song in your flow. But it end up sound like it was my flow and you copied me because I'm doing it better than you. Because you don't have vocals. You can't sing. So the way you should have doing this from morning, you can't do it now. You can't do it like the way I'm doing it because you can't sing.
And you say singing is a secret weapon.
My vocal range is a secret weapon because a lot of people in dancehall can actually sing, but my vocal and the range of my vocals, I don't see anyone in dancehall that can match that. No one is in dancehall that can match that. Right?
So do you consider yourself a singer, a DJ, a sing-jay? What do you consider yourself?
I'm an alien.
The way you say you're alien, that's the only way you can describe me. You're alien.
I'm an alien.
Yeah, because I hear somebody say, yeah, man, okay, we're linking with the DJ, okay, we're linking with the singer. What are you just? No, you know what? As you said, you're an alien.
The other day, I was in a club about to perform, and one of my fans seen me, and I said, "Oh my God, he's so tall and handsome. I can't tell if he's a DJ or a rapper." I was like, "I'm a DJ. I'm an artist."
Definitely. Even you say you could do all these shows. I didn't even ask you, what artists were you really listening to before you got into music that really inspired you to get into music?
Chronic Law, Alkaline, Rod Wave, Little Dirk, King Von, Extentacion, Billie Eilish. List goes on and on.
Once you said,
Bobby Schmurder.
Once you said Rod Wave, I totally understand. Because when I was listening, especially when I was listening to Silhouette earlier today, I said, if anybody, this is the Rod Wave of dancehall, bro. You understand the way how you put the emotions inside of the music? This is Rod Wave of dancehall right here.
Yeah. He's actually one of my favorite rappers of all time. My favorite rapper of all time is King Von, though.
Yeah, man, Von. But
Von is the most talented artist that was gonna be in the rap game. It's unfortunately what happened to him.
he was a
storyteller like me.
Of course, boss. Storytellers. You understand?
Yeah. Durkio too.
That's why they were hanging out together, because they
They're
got
cousins
it.
actually.
They get it.
Yeah.
You understand? Nah, man, definitely right there. That was an inspiration. Silk Boss, how did you get your name, Silk Boss?
From a shirt.
What do you mean from a shirt?
Okay. When I left high school, I went to art school to do foods and beverage. I'm a very good cook. So
Soon get to that.
So Diamond Attitude was actually going to the same art school that wear the same uniform that I'm wearing, the yellow shirt and the black pants. See? But the material that my mother used to make my shirt was a silk material. So when the sun shine on the shirt, it look more like gold than yellow. You understand? So at school, I go the morning and me and my friend say, yo, Silk Boss. But we don't a shop it up. I say, who this somebody call me Silk Boss? So the G say, I saw your name, I see that shirt there, and you think a cheap material make your shirt, boy. Silk Boss your name. So same time now, me there at school and Daima ever call me up on her live for freestyle. You understand? Until me end up on the live one day and Daima say, people are Silk Boss him name, I don't see the shirt. And from she said on the live, the whole school literally start calling me Silk Boss. So it left from Bobby Don to Static to Silk to Tall P, and then from Tall P to Silk Bass.
Okay, so when you originally entered music, it wasn't always Silk Bass.
No, it wasn't. It was Bobby Don at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my father's name is Bob.
Yeah.
So they call me Bobby. So I just add the Don. You understand? But by growing up in the game, I realize, what you know? I don't want this damn thing upon my name. I want a more marketable name. I don't want, when me think I go out there, people have me like a gangster instead of a corporate person. So when I get a better name, I'm switch to Static.
Yeah.
And then I find out, say, our next artist have it already. Then I go Tall P. Then I end up find out, say, a member of the 6 gang from Montego Bay, the name Tall P. I say, no, sir, I don't want none of that for my name. So here I go on now, no?
Silk Bass.
Yeah. Diamond stuck that name there for me, and from it stuck, it been stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's like he can't move. She super glue the name for me.
Big up Diamond for real, you know what I mean? Definitely. As I was speaking to you about the 2022, there was another incident that happened at the same time. You and Jahshii. What happened with you and Jahshii, boss?
At the time, me and Jahshii, I did friend, we did good. Them the time that me and Brii there together. You understand? Me as a youth, we see when once me love a girl and say, am I a woman that? No boy or no girl to her. You understand, fam? And me and Jahshii I did friend. We literally up and down, go party a club together, perform together, share the same platform. So when we went signed to Terro, and I say the dog make a wrong speech about my baby mother the day before, me and him go perform after champs, and I never like it. You understand? As much as I never like it, I never really say nothing at the time, because me as a youth, I not really see the first warning and just react. I take a time to watch and observe. If an accident you do it by, or you do it as a publicity stunt, or you genuinely provoke me. You know what tipped me over the edge? Father come from Jamaica, from foreign, and rent a car and some style and drive the car. I don't know where him lick or what, but yeah. You understand? Something in the car shake, but me, they bring back the car the morning now. I bring back the car the morning now and go up on the live and the thing and shake in the car, and I go make a speech, say, move and go suck your mother off live, man. I say, I rock your road, me I go through. You understand? So I said to the person for the live, you know, and then when I look, I say Jahshii and him friend them in a one nether car, and it's like them want to take me for a meme. So I just so trick me over the head now. I say, no man, them a little boy go and like say them want take me for meme, and them know say them not up on my level when it comes to lyrics, and you understand? So I say, all right, me not too in the meme thing on the internet. When me a this boy I direct me go. So I just go in the studio and I go voice Trish and I make him know, say, you Jahshii, you me that talk.
Last Nation. What were the
Fox, Rona. Big up. Yeah, man.
You're a different individual, but that war didn't even really last. Did Jahshii even answer?
Yeah, he answer. When me drop Rona, after me drop Rona, him answer with Niggleby, and I say, him rifle tall like Croft Silk. You understand? So I say, all right. I literally listen to him song from it drop. The song drop, I think, 12 o'clock midday. And you see from it drop, 12 o'clock. As a matter of fact, to tell the truth, I get Jahshii song before him release it. Yeah. I get Jahshii song on my phone before him release it. The last, the Middle Day song, when him do for me, when I talk about nerd, rolling up on the burner, me get that from before him release it on YouTube. So when him go release it on YouTube, me done listen to him song already and counteract every line in it, and the song a mix and master for put out. You understand? So when theme song drop on YouTube, my song drop the same day, in the evening. Because me get him song before him release it on YouTube. You understand? So once when I get the song now, I just did it and I just start to work. I listen every line keenly and counteract every line.
So you're just waiting for it to drop so you can drop the counteraction.
Yes, that is how you win a clash. You have to strategy. Dry out like lace, man, and make you give out the whole of your trump card, them, and then just take time, come clear in your head somewhere. I say you do it, man.
Yeah, different, boss. Even another name you brought up, Chronicler, La Boss.
Yeah, man.
I know you guys did a collaboration. All right. What was it like actually linking up with La Boss now? Because remember, you were listening to this man before, you know. Now we're actually doing something together.
You know, say enough people that think say La is a corrupt youth. La not corrupt, you know. You know, say La one of the most joyful person you can go around. And the first time I go around line, I laugh till my week, you know. Yeah, man, I laugh till my week, man. Till when I time my dad call me up on the stage to perform, bro. You understand? And it's like at the time, when him for call me up, me never ready yet, because me just reach and said me I go warm up. I hear this G call me up and say, Silk Boss, so I go up. It's like me can't remember the song. For the whole night after the performance done, for the whole night, the man them take me to give me song. I say, yo, DJ, I can't believe say my big artist friend forget him song. Yeah, no, DJ. Yeah, man, and then after that, me and the G go mash up all that down and we see glue again and some style. La is like a mentor to Silk. You understand? First time I go around La one of them youth the way, him truthful. You understand? And him now go try to talk down for you or try to make you feel less than in yourself as a person. If you're bad, La is a man where we look in your face and say, yo, you're bad in a DJ. Continue to do what you do, so last year. You understand? La is a genuine youth, you know. But him distance himself from people because the genuineness what him show, enough time him don't get it back. So it just make him have him wall them up, you know, and him kind of keep himself away from people. Yeah, but La is like a mentor to me in a dancehall, man. And Jahshii too.
Of course, big up Jahshii. I'm big up La, you know what I mean? Free up La Boss, you understand?
Yeah, man, one La, man.
No, man, definitely. You could tell, you see even, I think you and Chronicler really linked together because you went through a lot of things and you could understand why he moves the way he moves.
Yeah, I think of that too. I actually understand the G. Yeah, man. I've been through some horrible shit in a bro. You understand? Me as a Mobile man who grew up in a Mobile can tell you that. La been through some horrible shit in a films, upcoming in the music. So I have a good reason for move, how we move. Just like how me have a reason for move, how I move. It's because I've been through some horrible shit with people and with dancehall industry. With family, with friends, with gal.
When you say the industry, what was it about you and the dancehall industry where you said you've been through some things? Like what type of things you've been through in the industry?
Really and truly, father, dancehall industry loves Silk. But I believe I make a couple wrong steps along the way. You understand? And it costs a lot of fans where did I give Silk that they look there for stop. But all of them are giving me about the look right now. So if I pass not really matter again, though. Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know what it is? As I said, I think BC see your realness. That's why they love you. They love Chronicler. They love people that's real and transparent with what they're going through. That's why I think that the people that really work with you more time, you know, boss. As I said, they love you. You do things, they'll beat you. You put out the brown man the other day, they beat you for the brown man.
But when they drop, all of them are streaming. You understand? It's part of being a great artist. They do the same thing to Alkaline. They do the same thing to Vibes Cartel. They do the same thing to Tommy Lee. They do the same thing to Popcorn. I'm not the first artist and I won't be the last.
Yeah.
You understand? So me just there, so I take my fair share, right? And just I do this thing and so I can go feed my 6 people there. Yeah.
Silk, you take it easy, boss. No. Listen, as you said, you made some interesting moves. Looking back at your career right now, when you had left Terro Don, it was you and Brii on the road, do you think it was the best choice for you to really have Brii managing your career at that point?
It wasn't my choice, it was God's choice. Because he was sending me on a journey to teach me. You understand? And what better person to learn with than a person who don't know anything just like you. So the two of them have the same amount of time to learn, the same amount of distance to learn. You understand? So the Almighty sent me on a learning journey. You understand? and him use Brii as the pilot.
To me, this is where it got interesting. She's your manager.
And she's also my baby mama.
So then when you guys are arguing, it's going to spill over into the business too, boss. You understand? You can't, there's no way to separate our personal and our professional life. You can't. That's why a lot of things turned out the way it turned out.
Yes, because I made my personal life too out there in the media. So if you know that me and her separate, I focus on myself, father. That is a mistake we would never make again. And even if I have an ex-girlfriend, the whole world wouldn't think I say nothing a woman because you will never see that girl. Not because I want to hide her, but because I'm protecting her from the embarrassment of the media and the backlash. Because any girl will get silk, I will get backlash. Because I have enough of them girl here where you see them a bash me, you know. But them not really want bash me, you know. I want them want to DJ, you know, but through DJ, they with that girl and them just have it to say, this a girl, yeah?
Yeah.
She no fi have DJ, and them fi have DJ. So once you have DJ, a problem.
You can't win. You just can't
You
win.
can't please people. Same like when me and Brii when left. When me and Brii did that, them tell me say, Brii fi left me and me fi left Brii, and if me not see say Brii, they will long my career. And when me and Brii finally left now, and me a focus on myself, them go lift up back some all-time drama in the past with Brii fi try create something out of nothing. Oh, me should have left Brii and Brii do this for me and Ray. But remember, all along when me and her there, I said me fi left Brii because Brii no good for my career. And she wasn't good for my career because check it, me and her left like 8 months ago, and for the past 8 months, who is the most talked about artist in a dancehall?
Okay. When you say she wasn't good for your career because you weren't focusing or she wasn't allowed
I loved her too much. I loved her to the point where I forgot about myself and what I had to do and just focus on she being happy and what she had to do. And then I got left on my own after doing all that. So it gave me the drive to know that as a G, the only thing you have is your word, your balls, and your kids. Women's are not a guarantee. So she teach me without even knowing how to focus on me more. And
But a lot of people don't realize all the stuff you've been through, boss. You were 19 when you got the break, you know. Enough of the shaggery that was going on. You were 20.
Actually, let I give you a joke. I got the break when I was 18.
18.
Yes. I got the break August, the 25th of August. I was 18. I turned 19 December. So I actually got the break at 18. So I was a little kid doing the work of a big man. Didn't know anything about fame. I just had the talent to sing. You understand? So
Two young people dealing with fame, two at the same time, plus being in a relationship, plus trying to navigate this industry.
yes, but we did good because we find two of my biggest hits on them come from me and her. So despite all the drama that took place, she did good for her time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a lot of tours through her.
When the first time you went to England, it was you and her that went out to England.
Yeah, me, her, and Terro Don. Yeah.
That was probably, and I think you guys came out here. It was you and Brii that came out here also.
Yeah, me and Brii.
Yeah.
Everywhere me and Brii.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bonnie and Clyde them that time, man.
You guys were, I think you put out a song called, was it Toxic Relationship?
Yeah, man. A Bonnie and Clyde them that time. They're right now a bullfrog and salt.
Yo, did you? Soon.
A bullfrog and salt. My father, man, I run me around the right now. Like me and the frog, I just see a pack of salt. I run me around for my life, right now.
Listen, you know, at the end of the day, you guys are gonna have to get along because there's children involved.
My kids live with me. I don't have to deal with her.
But even though they live with you, at the end of the day, you guys are gonna have to get along some way, somehow.
No, I can't get along with her, but she's good.
Yeah.
She's a good mom for those kids. I can't go around that. You understand? But me and I will never see eye to eye because she don't listen. Yeah.
She would probably say you don't listen. So then that comes back to the same thing where nobody's listening.
Yeah, so it's true. No, you nana years and me nana years. It will just do one big old hard rock your man and call it a day. Great Wall of China, happy ever after, amen.
Yo, silk. Yo, you take it easy, boss. You're a different character, you know, bro.
Bother me, no make nothing bother me, bro. The only thing what bother me, if me youth them now have something, and me youth them have everything, and what them not have, them soon have it. So, me no need to make nothing stress me. Once me youth them good, what else will stress me? Yeah, me just be free and do music.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's the hardest lesson you would say you've learned in this business so far since you've been?
The hardest lesson that I've learned was how to focus on myself. Because you have a lot of people out there that's grown even elder than I am. They still don't know today how to focus on themselves. You understand? They always love people to the point where they forgot who they are. And that is the biggest lesson I learned, to never forget who I am. But to be a better version of who I am.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Get it. When did you link with DJ Mac? Because I see you guys are doing some stuff, right?
Actually, me and Mac connect from Terro time.
From them time, the boss?
Yeah, from them time, all right. You see the song I have named So Cold. That song was actually voiced on the Bonfighter Riddim, you know, where Mac produced Jahshii pan, you know, and me first get the rhythm, you know. But I don't know what happened with Mac and Terro Don. You understand? They end up that the song about pan Mac rhythm and Terro knock back over the rhythm. You understand? And so come to end up with So Cold. But that song was originally supposed to go on Mac rhythm.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah, me and Mac connect long time. Yeah, Mac come all on mobile, come shoot my video and police lock him up. That is how far me and Mac come from.
Yeah, but it's only now that after the first time Terror Don, it's only now that the Where You Feel Like Riddim came out, the WYFL Riddim came out, is now when you guys actually got to start recording again.
Yeah. Yeah, because we learned through them, I see the rhythm I go on and I say, no, sir. Me can do way better than majority of them artists up on the rhythm. I link Mac. But it's like the G did there foreign at the time, I never get him. So I call one of my G them around Mac too. That's a Zach. I say, yo, Zach, tell Mac say send the way you feel like rhythm. And Zach say, yo, bro, you know me have it already. I send it and you just voice the song, send me, send him it. I don't send Zach the song and I voice it. I voice the song and go over my TikTok live. You see, by the time if you come off a TikTok live, Quest Time have it, Main Danger have it, Pink Wall have it, the whole world have it around with. I say, yeah man, still take the rhythm. So then the time you know, Mr. Mac shot me back, I say, yo, DJ, it sound bad man, send me the files already and tell me, say, yeah man, Ray, son of bitch there already.
But as you said, you guys, Terrell showed you how to work the internet, boss.
Yeah.
So you know what you're doing when you said, okay, I'm going to go over there and go.
Yeah, man, me send this song live before. As a matter of fact, the world hear Mac song before him.
Put the song, pull up.
Yeah, man, Mac send me this song and the world hear Mac song before you, man. Because when me done voice it, I straight over TikTok live before Mac even get a file, man. Yeah, man, straight over there promote it, man. So you see, when him see it song and mash up the internet, see it, he will quick off shoot a video. Because remember, in that the time, you know, Silk Bass just a catch back a buzz in the game, you know, with the brown man and
Brown
the
man was, yes, you know. Yes, those were the, and then you got to the Where You Feel Like.
And then me got to the Where You Feel Like. Yeah. And now me there, the EP, so.
Yeah,
the journey, I grew stages by stages daily. And me just there put in my fair share and just leave the Almighty to lead and guide me and my team.
Before we even get to Silhouette, there was this one song I was listening to, boss. When I listened to it, I said, that man, you're bad. You say, Money Chef, boss? You say, Money Chef.
Creativity.
And it's like, if you listen good, you could hear you talking about food, but you're really talking about other things too at the same time too, you know, boss.
Actually, it's not food.
Yeah.
I'm literally talking about a criminal, you understand? And things that I would do if a person for rob me. You understand? But if me fi just say it blunt like that, people would have probably bash the song. So the better way to get it out there and people can interact with it if me be creative. See? So me there and I cook in the kitchen. Feel a vibes like something missing. When me look at that, gone with the chicken and a 10 pound of rice, Jasmine gone missing. Dog chicken is what my crew use when we're referring to money. So when we want money, we say, yo, we have to go get this dog chicken here, you know. So comes the talk come up. The dog gone with the chicken. You understand?
Yeah.
So my manager here, Abroad Records, and my team, them just help me to be more profound with my word selections and how me structure my thing. And if you want me have a team like that, remember the internet don't tell you, you know, say Silk the goat, the Rami. You understand? So one Silk have a good team, no one stop Silk.
Destined king of dancehall.
Destined king of dancehall.
But it was always the team. Again, when I listened to that song, I said, boss, you had to be really in your bag to think, I know you're talking about food, but again, when I listen to it, I know, so yo, this is badness this guy's talking about.
Yeah, man,
but
it's just if me I deal it, man.
It's just how you put it together. I said, okay. I said, damn,
yeah, licking iPad. Twist a ginger, the bubbly than that. The killer just catch a money fever. Now gone with the foul, I may never see him back. The iris still a get mashed.
Yeah.
Sweet corn cracker egg fam. Mayonnaise circle black. Vinegar they watch him head back. Coat not a semi-grater. Pumpkin gone in a labor. Red please me bring in a traitor. Brown in a tell curry so you are later.
Yeah, listen, that's how I know, say, yo, you're different. You're an artist, you understand? You get it. As again, that's a DJ, sing song. That's not a singing song.
A lot of artists are DJs, but what they don't know is when you sing a song and people can be able to visualize what you're saying, the song lasts longer and it have more substance. All of my songs, you can listen to them and it's like you can disappear out of your chair and end up in a story. That is what a artist do. Whether you want to put it as music or you want to draw, your duty as an artist is to use your imagination to paint a story.
You get it. You understand.
I'm a poet.
I've heard you say that a million times, and I get it. I understand. You have to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a lyrical assassin. You do things with words. This is your thing.
Yeah.
You understand? We spoke about your EP, so let's get into it here. Silhouette. I think it dropped Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Yeah.
All right. What was the thinking behind a project like? Because this is your first body of work that you put out, your full body of work.
Yeah.
Silhouette. And when you listen to it, it's not your traditional pain music. It's not even bad music. This is strictly for the women in all different type of style.
It's me venturing off because I actually am a singer. You know I'm a singer, see? So my management team, Sonovich, Abroad, you know, etc. They have this artist named Vivian. You know Vivian, right?
Heard the name.
Yeah. It's like a smooth, soft tone. And naturally, when I talk, it's called monotone. I talk monotone. Just like how I sing monotone, just like Vivian. She's a monotone singer, he's a monotone singer. Yeah. So my team helps me to blend, you understand, my sound with the R&B and the dancehall. So that way I create my own music. Understand? Yeah.
Because I know Silhouette is a lead single, but you see 772, You see,
That's one of my favorite rappers, YNW Millie.
Come on. Listen, you see, because I watch everything and I listen to everything, I was about to tell you, that's the YMW Melly flow, you know, boss.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it was the Usher, Nice and Slow, that they chopped up and
Actually,
did whatever.
we used 3 rhythms.
It was 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
7 o'clock, under that, I'm in my drop top. We used that, and we used the cocky kai with Meek Mill. Had to learn to wipe my tears. Nah. Yeah. And then we used the Lil TJ and the Lily J.I. You understand? Yeah, wood scars. So we blend like 3 rhythms to make that 1 rhythm.
Yeah.
Along with the 772, so 4.
And right now, as I said, that song is burning up road right now.
Yeah, man, the girl and we're not friends right Yeah, the girl and we're not friends right over boss, man.
Yeah. Because you get, again, as I said, you get them pain style, gangsta style, girl style, all type of style. Sing, rap, DJ, sing J. It's like, that's what people really like about your thing there, is they don't know what Silk is going to come with next.
Can't predict me.
Yeah.
That is part of being a great artist. Look at Vibes Cartel, look at Alkaline, look at all the great before me. What is the main thing they use to captivate fans? Creativity and your mind. It's like we're using your mind against you. So when a person gets something that they are not used to for the first time, they rush to it. But the moment they get used to it, they need something else. So your duty as an artist is to always go beyond your limits to make sure that your fans have good music to listen to. Yeah.
Right now, how is the EP doing for you right now?
It's doing very well, and I'm getting a lot of feedbacks in the road, actually, on the shows, while on the social media platform, interacting with my fans. Yeah.
I've seen you on the road performing the 772 already. And it just dropped and you're performing already?
Yeah, the girl them crazy. Literally, me can't go up on a stage right now and don't put 772 in my set. Yeah, I have to put it Silhouette, 772, 31 in a year 35, Love Felt Wrong. Me cannot go up on a stage right now in Canada and don't put those 4 songs in my set, because if I perform and about to leave, you're going to hear somebody say, Silk, you can't cut and not perform 772, you know. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
So I have to perform it because those are my fans. Anything for my fans. Because they're the one buying my music.
Anything they say goes.
You know, enough time, me as an artist, they have to see. And the money when I charge for a show, saying naturally, enough time a promoter link me and him not have that, you know. And he have the money for just pay me for a pass through, you know. You understand? And when I got that the show there, you know, and go perform, you know, you would have think say I'm full money him give me, you know. You understand? But it's not about the money. It's about me giving to my fans what they came for. All of them they so come for say Silk. So whether or not the promoter give me the right amount of money or ma pay me or not, my fans them the out there saying numbers for see me. You understand? So I have to make sure say me give them what them want. Because if me lose, for instance, me there Canada, and the whole of Canada say Silk. And then after a while London stop say Silk now. You understand? After a while, you know, when London stop say Silk, you know, you go find 2 and 2 people where feed them people them at London. We connect to all over BC, I connect to them stop listening to my music now. Because for them family done with me and not listen to Silk again. So them decide to them not listen to Silk. You understand? And our fans that me lose, right? So your main duty as an artist is to make sure your fans get what they want.
At all times.
Yeah.
Right now, as I said, team. Everybody's been saying team, structure. Right now, you have the team around you. A Brad boss and Mineral boss. All right? How did that link come around with both of them in the first place?
really and truly, Mineral is like a mommy to all the way. You understand? Not only me, but to abroad. You understand? And my whole team. And abroad is like a bigger brother to me when I never have. You understand? The moment me I go chip out and go out the line and him say, yo, DJ, remember your artist, you know? Sometimes I get so upset and then when I out to do something stupid, you hear him pop out with all the line out of my song and him say, DJ, remember you sing this, you know, so how you go and like say you want to contradict yourself, you know?
Yeah.
You understand? Draw me back up in my shell as a DJ. And I know say, yo, Ray. So that is what a good team does. You understand? Keep the artist in check. What him can deal with, Mineral deal with it. But Mineral can deal with it, Ping deal with it. If Ping and Mineral can deal with it, Son of Rich or Puff deal with it, or Ratty out, let's deal with it. You understand? All of them make sure say the artist mental health stable and they make sure say my main focus at all time is music. They don't make me do nothing. Bro, I can't even throw out a cup of water for myself, you know, them tell me so I have to do it, me a DJ.
Yeah.
Just because them
Find lyrics.
Yeah, and that me fear do. Find the lyrics them. Find the lyrics them. We do everything else. You see your work them. Make sure you sit down around the computer there so and 5 rhythm bumps before the day done. And you see before the day done, I want 5 solid hit songs from you, Silk, and that are the task today. Different from the video shoot and the dub. And that I want and that my team do for me. Him can tell you 8 months ago when him just know me, I did a studio for 2 weeks straight, rent a Airbnb, and they a studio for 2 weeks straight. Studio in the Airbnb and I can't find a line. Big old lyrical Silk bass, you know, we just go so from half the top of my head, you know. I can't find a line, it's like me trapped in a abyss with nowhere to turn to a dark place. You understand? Love is the thing that put me there. The care one we did have for this girl, she was the one who put me there 8 months ago. And them, abroad, my team, Puff, Sonovich, all of them. If me say, bro, a river me a go. All when them no want go a river, them jump na them car and them forward say, yo, DJ want go a river and because what? Them know say my mental health never in a stable place at the time. So all when them tired some of the time and want go take the wreck, them get up out of them bed and them gone with DJ because them want DJ to have a better health. And ask him, see what I tell him. The night when me in a Airbnb, I look upon him and say, thing. See, all after all of this I stress ya, when I stress now. See, after I find back myself, don't surprise if we start tour. And look what happened.
Couple months later,
8 months later. You understand? And you see, from I find myself, my main focus is to be a better version of me. Not only for me, but for my team. We invest so much of them time and them money in a person like me. And for my kids, my daughter, my son, can look and say, you know, so my father is a great man. You understand? I have to do it for my fans. I have to be a better role model, a better person for myself, my fans, my youth, and my team. I can't go on like me a fool because I have too much people account for me. And that what they give me the drive right now for be a better version of me and a better person.
How today, sitting down today, we're looking at you today, how is your mental health today? How is the Silk Boss feeling today?
Right now, I'm very happy. I'm happy so till I feel like I could walk with the whole of Canada in one and I'm so happy. You understand? I don't have no frustration anymore for my brain because my kids good. You understand? And what them not have yet, what them not have already, them soon get it. Because I got a lead and a man a lead. You understand? And my team, very focused, and me, very focused. So I know say everything what we not have yet, they're on the way they forward. You understand? And that make me not worry and stress about anything.
100%. Talking about Canada, I know you have this video going on right now. It's called Canada Sign?
Yeah.
viral right now.
Yeah, man. Actually, fam, enough people, no, what me I go telling you, me make that song there at Jamaica. The same day when me for come up, and the snowstorm I go on when them, it's like the weather over here did the minus 23. Snowstorm I go on and my flight get delayed. Me did for actually come up, I think on the 5th me did for come up, and it delayed to the 6th, and when we go to the airport the 6th, them tell me say it delayed till the other week. Wow. So I end up come up the other week. So you see, 2 of me did it. Me never vex still, me did happy. Because you see, the day when me for go my thing did come through, and my manager and my team thing never come through, and me one did have to travel. And it's like, me look up to her, yeah, what, and me a ball, because me don't want to left them. Me don't want to left them. You understand? I want them get the experience too, because when me in my downtime, and me and them did it, so why not when me and win them nothing there? Me don't want to left them. You understand? And it's like a Father God make the flight delay for 2 more days so for them thing can come through. Yeah, man, and when it come through, bro, me and them that on the Canada side, but the song Vice the day when the flight delay, because air ping did everybody vexing us and flight delay, because them want me to go away, but me are happiest thing, because pity they even though say me don't want to go and left.
You want your team.
Yeah, me don't want to go and left them, so when the flight delay, everybody else makes them a flight delay, but still glad, because me don't want to left free, and me don't want to left. Yeah, me don't want to left motion, me don't want to left logic. Yeah, that's me don't want to left ratty. Yeah, understand? So when everybody else face long, I said, John, no, I want DJ go up on the flight, DJ chest up in our ear, so me now go up on the flight without no pig. Yeah. And the song Bill from there, so I will come up here and with the studio one night and thing. I said to him, say, yo, DJ, we have to go shoot a video and want you go line up. So I link my uncle Planky. Because Planky is my uncle, Yeah.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, man, Planky is my uncle.
Yeah.
So I link Uncle Planky came and got the barber shop and start my line up. We just did there smoke 2 splits fan and Willa vibe. I'm a CG take out him live on him phone and start video. Everybody have video. So same time, I Canada style I play and I just start freestyle and just did there work with the energy and Willa vibe. When we look over Uncle Planky page, 10,000 likes and 300,000 views in this space at 3D and just rising. By the time I stay and look over TikTok 2 times, I see him 400,000 over there and just rising. Plus the Silhouette EP I trend. I have like at least 10 songs right now I trend 1 time on the internet.
Okay. Well, if you have 10 songs trending, at least they can't beat you about the 28 hits that they were trying to discredit. Your 10 songs trending, we could deal with that. We're not going to get into these 28 hits now, are we?
You want to get in it because you know too. You know the truth. You know the truth of it all. So we have more hits than majority of these young days artists that's in my generation. Mankind, Sorry, Surgery, Glock 17 and Brii, Gateway, Armor, Off Guard, Pull Up, Money Chef. Because enough people think say through a song don't have 1 million or 3 million views on YouTube. It not it. But them don't know say YouTube are the least viewed platform. When I talk about Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, you go over there right now, Money Chef I do numbers.
Okay.
Brown Man I do numbers. Category 5 I do numbers. Majority of the songs where Jamaican people don't classify as it, me can't go up on a tour and perform the song. Just like That Rich. That Rich they over 2.4 million views. Nobody at Jamaica not really rock with That Rich song. But me can't go up on no tour and not perform That Rich, Gateway, So Cold, Glock 17 and Brii. You understand? Me can't go up on a stage show right now overseas and don't perform Armor, Off Guard, Category 5, Brown Man. So when me tell them say me have 28 hits for true, everybody around me down because them have it to say. When me go up on YouTube, this song gonna reach 1 million views, so why not it? Go check Spotify, Apple Music.
So when you say hits, you mean popular songs?
Me mean hit songs where hit in a Jamaica, other countries. You understand, but you can have songs where hit in other country and don't hit in a Jamaica.
For sure, different regions, of course.
Yes, because me have couple songs like that right now where if you play it for Jamaican people, them only think I want a new song. But when we go Trinidad, Grenada, Antigua and them place there, you understand? Me have to perform them song here. Because the people them want to hear it. You understand? So in your mind, it's not a hit. But when you go on the Apple Music charts, the iTunes, the Audiomack, the Spotify, all of those music streaming platforms, you will see the metadata is there for you, see?
So we're sticking to the 28.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. Again, as you said,
And if you don't want to stick to the 28, just to give you the benefit of the doubt, I can say 15 then. Because majority of these dudes in dancehall still don't have 15. And if me go 10, none of them still not have 10. If me go 8, none of them still not have. If me go even 5, none of them are 2 and 3 them have.
Are you directly competing with anybody?
I compete with everybody in a dancehall. Because me want to be the greatest to ever live in the history of dancehall and reggae. And in order to be the best, you have to prove yourself, say you're best. Me, I go against everybody in a dancehall. So just don't tell them, say don't call my name, you know. Because me and nobody are no friend. Me out here set my legacy for me and my team. And anybody who want to stop that, we are come at you with full force.
Silk, you're a different character. But you know what I rate with you, bro? For one, you took accountability for all your mistakes in the past. You could see the maturity and the growth in you right now. Personally and as an artist. You understand you're willing to experiment with different sounds, different vibes, different deliveries. As you said, okay, you made this mistake. I'm not going to make these mistakes no more. But plus you have a team right now that's going to keep you accountable. You understand? For anything you do. Because you said you're a human being. Your head go out like you on chip. But they said,
oh, my manager is a man where he come to studio one day and him see me all on certain vibes and one day and him just come so. And him lock down the computer and him say, hey, Jimmy, I go pick up my daughter, you know. And you not see him back till all 1 o'clock midnight. I see when him come and say, yo, DJ, this if you do from morning, no DJ. But you there, so I go and like say, Ray, you know, no sense of my time, I just allow you, you know. Because every man of them own a man and since I can't talk to nobody, I just allow you, you know. So vice yourself, like. Since nobody can talk to you, go in there go vice yourself, then DJ. You understand? And all of the team member them are God-fearing like me. We believe in the Bible. You see, you step in the studio, the first thing you see is a Bible open up on the sound box. So every morning before we start our daily session, a scripture have to say out of that. All of we used to read the Bible and fully believe in a God. Right now, the book where we are read is called The 4 Agreements. Where it tell about spiritual beings. You understand? And certain spiritual people even 2000 BC ago before Christ's existence.
As you said, you read a lot.
Yeah. After that now, we have the 48 laws of power to read. But we not start that yet because in order to start that and get the full understanding, I have to read it by itself. I can't read 2 books at once. So I wait till I finish this one, then I jump to that one. Yeah.
No, man, your meds. I got one last question before I get you out of here. You read a lot, you see a lot of stuff, you're on the internet and all of this. What are your thoughts on AI and the music business as you as an artist and as in the industry overall?
My understanding of AI, abroad, Ice Nation. That's my understanding of AI.
Listen, you're a different character, bro.
No, but it's true. He's Abroad Records, and I'm Silk Boss, the Ice Nation King. So you take the first I after the ice and the A from the abroad, and you get AI. A fucking I.
Listen. Boy, Silk, you're a character, bro. This is why the people love you, bro. Your dance, when you go on stage, you have a dance. You just have a vibe. You just have a whole vibe to you, bro. You know what I mean?
The key to life is just to live, because you only live once. You don't even know where you go when you die. So you just have to live. And that's what I learned. And I learned that the hard way, that life is more valuable than everything. Understand? Without life, you can't have clothes. Without life, you can't sing. Without life, you can't have car. You can't own a house. You can't have a family without life. So I grew to know that life is the most important thing of all time, the ability to breathe. And once I have the ability to breathe, I don't see why I should worry, because eventually all that I don't have will come. Because I have the ability to move and go get work done. But the moment I stop moving, all of my ability, it's gone. Yeah. So I just learned to accept life for what life is.
For what it is.
Yeah.
Listen, floor is yours right now. Anybody you want to big up, anything else you want to say, leave some social media contacts where they could check you out. All that good stuff before I get you out there from this crazy conversation. So, bro.
Yeah, man, father, man. So once any platform, iTunes, AudioMac, YouTube, Spotify, you understand, Apple Music, you go, you type in silk_music, silkboss_music to find me on all social media platforms. You understand? Yeah, and shout out to my mom, my dad, my son, and my daughter. Shout out to my friends back home and family. Shout out to my management team. And most of all, shout out to the Almighty to give me the strength and give my team the strength to do better and try to make a better world with our voice and our work.
For sure.
Yeah.
Boss.
Listen to man.
You're interesting to another level. Just keep up what you're doing. You still have so much more to go, so much more to grow in this business. What are you, 24?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Boss, listen, Bounty is 50, Cartel is 50. Bounty is like 52, 53, all right? That's like another 30 years to go if you're 20.
Hold on. Bounty and Cartel are almost the same age?
Yeah, boss. They're like 2 or 3 years apart. Bounty, Beanie, Cartel, they're all in that same. I think Bush's in there somewhere too, eh?
Oh. It's 3-pointer.
Swish, and it got in. Let me give you an outro and get you out of here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinemusichut.com.